everybody. Thank you so much for coming to check out my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Venmo Oliveri. I am a 200-hour registered yoga teacher, and I'm in the middle of my 300-hour currently at Caribe Yoga Academy here in Costa Rica. I've been teaching for almost 2 years now, and I teach Vinyasa, power, and yin. So I'll be offering all three of those styles for you guys here on this channel. It'll be 2 or 3 classes a week. So on Tuesdays, I'll do a 30-minute Vinyasa, sometimes more like a power class. Today will be Vinyasa movement-based. I'll get into the details more in a little bit. And then Sundays will be 60-minute yin class. So if you're not familiar with yin yoga, it's much, much slower. They're longer held postures, very low to the ground. Great for flexibility and great for creating this sense of slowing down in the mind. Just a super valuable practice. And then every other Thursdays, I'll do either a 15-20 minute arm balance tutorial or just a more advanced yoga posture, or a 45-ish minute slow flow. So still Vinyasa, but a lot slower. And it'll incorporate more of the philosophical side of yoga. So those will be every other Thursday. So again, every Tuesday, 30-minute Vinyasa or power. Every other Thursday, quick arm balance tutorial or a little longer slow flow. And then every Sunday, 60-minute yin. So for sure, every Tuesday, the 30-minute Vinyasa, every Sunday, 60-minute yin, and then every other Thursday, arm balance tutorial or slow flow. I'll keep you updated with the schedule on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me, I'll post my @ down below. And I really appreciate it if you're subscribed to the channel. And if you like the videos, just hit the like button. It means a lot. So today, I have a 30-minute Vinyasa class for you guys that focuses on strength and stability. So to start off, we'll do a little warm-up, and then we'll do a standing balance sequence, an arm balance or 2, depending on how much time we have. And then we'll cool down and hopefully get you feeling good. You can begin in a comfortable seat. Hero's pose is good, but if it doesn't work for your knees, you can come to cross-legged. That's totally fine. Place your left hand off to your side, sweep your right arm up, and take a side bend over towards your left. Reach through the fingertips, root down through your right knee. Spiral the rib cage open, take a full breath. Come back through center, right hand off to your side, left arm up. Take that same side bend. You really want to reach through the fingertips here to find that space in between the ribs. Take a full breath into that space. And come back through center. Make your way to a tabletop position, please. In tabletop, you want your fingers spread out nice and wide, and you want your pointer fingers to face towards 12 o'clock, straight ahead. See that your wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. On your next inhale, dip your low belly, arch your back, and look up for cow. As you exhale, press the mat away, round your back, and tuck your chin for cat. Inhale, arch the back, pull your shoulder blades together and look up. Exhale, round the back, press the mat away so your shoulder blades separate. A couple more like that, breath to movement. So the inhale arches the back and you look up. Exhale, round the back, let the head drop. 2 more, breath to movement, top of your inhales as you look up and arch. Bottom of your exhale is as you round the back. You might take a little sway of the hips from side to side. Maybe invite in some hip circles. And if you took those circles, take 2 or 3 in the other direction. Next time you come through neutral, face the hands out to the long edges of your mat and take a little sway from side to side. So depending on how your wrists and forearms are feeling today, that can dictate how far you lean. So the more you lean into one hand, the deeper stretch you'll get. So just listen to your body. It'll tell you how far you should go. No right answer. You can stay with that one or face the fingertips towards the knees and this time take a little rock back and forth. Same thing here, listen to your body. If it just takes a tiny bit to get into that wrist and forearm area, that's all you need to go. Still breathing. Shake out one wrist, shake out the other wrist. Bring your hands to the top of the mat. Spread the fingers out wide. Curl your toes under. Press the hips up into down dog. First down dog, so let's take a pedal of the feet, bend into one knee deeply, press the opposite heel towards the mat. Then go ahead, come through a neutral down dog. Fingers are spread out wide. And create the action of pressing the mat forward with your hands. With your feet, press the balls of the feet down firmly into the mat. And they won't actually go anywhere, but energetically drag the balls of the feet towards the back of your mat. You should feel a little deeper stretch in the hamstrings when you do that. So deep stretch in the back of the legs and a nice strengthening in the arms by pressing the mat forward. And you want to balance that out by letting your head drop, which I can't really do or else my microphone is going to be like in my mouth. But you can definitely let your head drop and then take 3 breaths. After that third full breath, unrushed breathing, 1 footprint at a time, make your way to the top of the mat into a standing forward fold. So the feet are hip width apart. Bend the knees as deeply as you'd like so the chest can melt towards the thighs. You might hold opposite elbows and take a little sway from side to side. Maybe back and forth. Release that bind if you have it. Interlace the hands behind your tailbone. Stretch the knuckles up and forward. Continue to bend the knees nice and deeply. Let the head drop just like down dog. Go ahead and release that. Next inhale, bend the knees, glide the arms up and look up. Slow exhale, hands to heart center. We'll start to move a little bit more with some half sun salutations and then full sun salutations. But I just want you to focus on getting the breath steady here. On your inhale, press the feet down, glide the arms up. Exhale, lead with the chest, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, find a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, glide the arms up, lift through the bottom ribs as you come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more like that. Inhale, sweep up, maybe a little back bend at the top. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This halfway lift is variable. for all bodies. So you might have the fingertips down on the ground. You can see when I do that, my back is super rounded. So if that's the case for you, you want to have the hands to the shins, pull the shoulder blades together and chest forward. Now my back is flat. Take one inhale here. Exhale to refold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Progressing with some full sun salutation A's. Inhale, sweep up, lift through the ring fingers. Exhale, lead with the chest and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the chest forward. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Strong inhale in plank, press the mat away like you're doing cat. And then on your exhale, lower down halfway or all the way with the elbows into the ribs. Inhale, lift your heart, not your head, in cobra or up dog. Exhale, curl the toes under, back into down dog. Find a steady down dog here. Focus on pressing the hips up. Continue to let the head drop. You want to find that balance of effort and ease. And I find that down dog is a great pose to practice that. So with the hands, they won't actually go anywhere. Create the action of pressing the mat forward. Feel how that strengthens the shoulder and upper back. With the balls of the feet, press them down. Create the action of dragging the mat back. Feel how that stretches the back of the legs a bit more. And then you balance out those two actions of effort by letting the head drop. Come up high onto the balls of your feet. Sink your hips as close to your heels as you can get them. Look in between your hands. Step or hop forward. Land as lightly as you can if you're hopping. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Let the head drop as you breathe out. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. One more inhale, glide the arms up, lift through the bottom ribs. Exhale, lead with the chest and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back. Ride that same exhale halfway or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or up dog, press the tops of the feet down. Exhale, back into your down dog. On your next breath in, sweep your right leg up high, three-legged down dog. Let's spend a few breaths here. So just like down dog, you want to press the mat forward with your hands so that your chest tracks towards your left thigh. You should feel a little deeper stretch in the back of that left leg when you do that. Inhale, reach that right leg a bit higher. Exhale, step in between your hands, however you need to get there. Frame your front foot with your fingertips. Come high on the ball of the back foot. And use your core strength to come up into crescent. So in crescent, your front knee's over your front ankle, high on the ball of the back foot. Biceps are by your ears, but instead of reaching through the shoulders and feeling them get tight, reach through the bottom ribs. Feel like you're lifting through the bottom ribs all the way through your ring fingers. When you do that, you can soften the shoulders away from the ears. Bring your hands to heart center. Get light in the ball of your back foot. And float forward into warrior three. If you fall out of it, don't worry about it. Just try to come back into it. So a little micro bend in that standing knee can be helpful. Left toes are flexed. There's a little lift of the chest here. The shoulder blades pull together. From here, drop your left hand down, fingertips point down, reach the right arm forward. Left toes stay flexed. See if you can find 2 full breaths here. Lifting the chest like you're doing a back bend. And then as slowly as you can, bring that left foot back down. Shake it out. Come to the top of your mat in mountain pose. Reach through the fingertips. Take a breath here and just reset. Hands back to heart center. This time step your right foot back so you're in crescent on the other side. So left knee over left ankle. High on the ball of your back foot. Reach the arms up, reach through the ring fingers. You want to feel like from the waist down, you're rooting down so the lower body's strong. From the waist up, you're finding this lift. Shoulders can drop away from the ears. Soften the gaze, take a full breath, unhinge the jaw, make sure you're breathing. Bring your hands back to heart center. Get light in the ball of the back foot. Float forward, warrior 3 on the other side. There's a tendency for that right hip to open up, so just notice that. You might give yourself a little self-assist and square the right hip point down. Keep those right toes flexed. Try not to let the torso dip. There's a little lift and a pull of the shoulder blades together. Left fingertips down, right fingertips forward. Reach through those right fingertips. Find a steady gaze point that you can fix your eyes on. Try to find 2 full breaths. After that second full breath, as slowly as you can, land the right foot, shake it out. Nice job. I guess I don't really know if you are doing a nice job or not. Not really. This is online classes are newer to me. Hopefully you're doing a nice job. For all I know, you are in your kitchen making a sandwich. But either way, if this video is on, thanks for watching. Nice job. Top of your mat, a little off track, we'll keep going. So top of your mat, feet are hip width apart. Take a full breath. Next inhale, sweep the arms up, biceps come by the ears. Exhale, chest forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades together. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, and we'll take a few steady breaths in plank. Heels press towards the back of your space, wherever you are. Hands press down so the shoulder blades separate. Squeeze the inner thighs together. See if you can unhinge the jaw and take a deep breath, even in this strong pose. You can always drop the knees too. And then we'll all drop the knees, widen them, big toes touch. Sink the hips back for a child's pose. This child's pose is available to you at any point during the practice, or any yoga practice you do for that matter. Come back to your breathing, feel the spine reset. You can walk the hands out a little bit further than you're used to for a slightly deeper stretch in the shoulders. Or you could bring the elbows down, palms together overhead. After your next full breath, go ahead and press yourself up through a tabletop position. Reach your right leg back and lift the leg. Notice how my right toes are flexed to keep the back of the leg engaged. I like to just bring my left hand to my abdomen here because sometimes there's a tendency for the low belly to dip. Just feel that my back is flat. Then reach the left fingertips forward. Flex the toes. Take an inhale, reach farther forward. On your exhale, knee to elbow or as close as you can get it. Press the mat away with your right hand. Inhale, reach the left hand forward, right foot back. Exhale, engage the core as you bring your knee to your elbow. Inhale to extend, gaze at the top of your mat. Exhale, press the mat down with your right hand around the back. Tabletop. Right to the other side, left foot back this time. Lift it. If that cue helped you on the other side, if your belly tends to dip, hand to abdomen, feel that the back is flat or close to it. Reach the right fingertips forward, bicep by the ear, and you're looking down at the long edge of your mat so your neck spine stays long. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, knee to elbow or as close as you can get it. Inhale to extend, moving with your breath. Exhale, press the mat away with your left hand around the back. One more, inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow, maybe touch, tabletop. And let's take one shoulder opener before we give an arm balance a try. So this is puppy pose. The way I like to come into this is through cow. Let's all come through cow. Pull the shoulder blades together, dip your low belly, look up. So my hips are up, shoulder blades are together. Keep the hips up. Walk the hands forward. Melt the chest down. Maybe the forehead comes down. Puppy pose. Just a few breaths here. Go ahead and press yourself back up through tabletop. Curl your toes under to come into plank pose. Feel that there's equal weight in the right hand, and right foot, left foot. Then lift your left foot off of the ground. Feel that the shoulders are over the wrists. Lift your right arm and reach forward. So tough pose. Try to feel that the left shoulder is over the left wrist. Equal weight in the left hand and right foot. Left toes are flexed. Right bicep by the ear. See if you can find a full breath. And then as slowly as you can, come back to plank. You can hit the pause button if you'd like a little break before the other side and take a child's pose. Or if you're ready for it, reach the left fingertips forward. So notice how when you do that, there's a tendency to shift the weight to the right hand and right foot. See if you can balance that out by coming more to the left foot. Reach the right leg off of the ground. If you want to know how to do this pose correctly, don't look up at your screen. You're just going to see a wobbly guy. Bicep by the ear, reach forward. Right toes are flexed. Come back through plank. Nice job. Widen the knees. Sink the hips back. Child's pose. So in yoga, you probably heard a lot of teachers say this. It's not really about whether you can do the challenging poses or not. It's more about what's going on in the mind and how you respond to it. So if that pose is tough for you, it's all good. Super tough for me too, and I practice all the time. But you want to notice how you're speaking to yourself in your mind when you do a difficult pose like that. Are you being hard on yourself because you're wobbly or falling out of it? Or are you showing yourself compassion for showing up, trying something difficult, and taking 30 minutes out of your day to take care of your body? It should be the latter, but if it's not, it's all good. You just notice that and make the necessary adjustments. A few more breaths in child's pose. Go ahead and come forward. Come to a seat. Again, either cross-legged or heroes works here. Sweep your right arm up. Bend the elbow so the fingertips come towards the neck or upper back. Press down on that elbow. Try to bring your chin up and the ribs in. You can stay here, or if there's a bind for you, you can reach around. If that bind is not quite there, you can grab onto the shirt. Or if the fingertips are within reach, you can grab the opposite hand. Soften the gaze, unhinge the jaw, and breathe into the shoulders. Slowly release. Sweep the left arm up this time. Fingertips to the neck or upper back, wherever they land. Press down with the opposite hand. There's going to be this tendency to, number one, tuck the chin. So see if you can lift the chin so the head presses into the arm. And then hug the ribs in if you feel that they're sticking out. Stay here, or if there's a bind there for you, go ahead and take it. And then release that. Take a pause in your seat, 2 full breaths here. And then make your way down onto your back. Lift the soles of the feet up. Happy baby, hold on to the shins, ankles, or outer edges of the feet. You might take a little rock from side to side to massage your low back. And then gently release that. Bring your arms out in a T. Shift the hips a tiny bit to the right and let the knees sway over to the left for a spinal twist. You can leave the head neutral and stay looking up, or to add a little neck stretch, you can gaze past your right fingertips. A few breaths here. Slowly bring the knees back through center. Hips a tiny bit to the left this time, knees over to the right. And no need for any effort in the muscles here. You can let everything be soft. Just let the breath do the work in the spinal twist. After your next full breath, totally unrushed, come back up. And then extend the legs out long. Let the backs of the hands rest beside your hips. Pinky edges of the feet splay out. And I know it can be tempting if you're practicing at home to just get up and get on with your day. But please, if you have time, take a couple minutes in Shavasana. Let the effects of the practice circulate. Give yourself some rest. A couple of quiet minutes. Within the next 2 or 3 breaths, begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe take a full body stretch like you're just waking up first thing in the morning. Hug your knees in. Roll over to either side. And press yourself up back to a seat. Find a long spine. You can close the eyes or soften the gaze. All right, thank you so much for practicing with me today, for taking a little time out of your day to take care of yourself through the practice of yoga. I really appreciate your support and coming to check my channel out. And I hope to see you on Sunday for a yin class. That'll be a deep hip release. We'll work into the front of hip, back of hip, side of hip, inner hip. It'll be a really nice class, really for anybody, but especially if you sit a lot, travel a lot, any of that stuff, to just open up the hips. Thank you so much. Hope you feel good. Namaste.